witness.
Thank you, Doctor.
You have any pain?
No. Only this tightness in my chest. I should have listened to you, Doctor.
When was that?
Oh, the other day, when you intimated that a person in my state of health had no business appearing in this courtroom.
I didn't say that. I just wanted to take a precautionary examination, that's all.
Well, you are right.
Well, we'll see what it is. You're so determined to get into that witness stand. Now, we'll see if I can't get you back up there.
He's faking.
Are you sure?
It's pure sham, and I'll bet on it.
Stephen, can you afford to lose that bet?
I won't. Marcy will call his bluff.
Stephen, even if it is a bluff now, you could make Mr. Peyton have a real attack if you push him too hard with your questions.
Go easy on the poor sick old man? Handle him with kid gloves? No, Betty. That's what he's hoping for, to throw me off balance. Make me ask myself, is it worth the risk of having his life on my conscience?
It could happen. He is a sick old man.
He's a conniving, slippery old devil, and don't you forget it. But I don't want him dead. Anything but. No, I hope Mr. Peyton lives for many years to enjoy the memory of this day.
Just so you succeed in tearing down the castle. You don't even care if you get caught up in the ruins. And you will, Stephen. That's all I care about. Not that you'll be destroying Mr. Peyton, but you'll be destroying yourself.
By attempting the most difficult cross-examination of my career?
I'm sure you can handle it. So Peyton's well enough to go back in the stand?
We know as much as you do, Mr. Harrington.
Well, I assume you must have heard.
We have heard nothing.
That old fraud. He must take you for a fool, Stephen, if he thinks he can throw you off the track by such an obvious play for sympathy.
Mr. Harrington, my husband is not the prosecutor, and Mr. Peyton is not the defendant.
Of course not, Betty. But you don't get an opportunity like this every day, do you, Stephen?
I intend to do the best I can for my client, Mr. Harrington.
A man like you can ride on two horses without taking a fall.
That takes a lot of agility.
You can handle it. I've seen you in action before.
At your own son's trial, Mr. Harrington, would you ask Stephen to go in there and ride two horses if you were defending Rod instead of Lee Weber?
Good luck, Stephen.
Stephen, I hope you listened to what I said.
The law will be well served, Betty. Or if not the law, at least justice.
Well, looks like you've got your wish, Mr. Peyton. My optimism is justified.
You're saying this may not be too serious?
I don't think it's anything serious at all. As a matter of fact, I can't find anything wrong with you. Except for your chronic condition, which seems to be under good control. I'd say you're in a lot better shape than you have any right to be.
Well, I'm relieved, of course. As far as it goes.
As far as what goes?
Well, you've relieved my mind, but not my symptoms. Still have this sense of tightness in my chest.
Well, it's nothing to worry about.
Then how do you explain it?
Nerves?
Nerves? It seems to me you're dismissing this rather casually, Doctor.
I'm not taking it casually, Mr. Peyton. As far as I can determine, you're perfectly able to go back to the witness stand.
But you haven't had the facilities here to give me a really thorough examination.
Mr. Peyton, your EKG is fine. Look, what is it you want me to say? That I forbid you to take the stand again?
That was uncalled for, Doctor.
Was it?
After all, I'm the one who'll be taking the risks. You might remember that.
I've taken that into account.
Perhaps your medical examination wasn't entirely disinterested. Perhaps your emotions over the unfortunate death of the girl you'd hoped to marry influenced your medical judgment.
I took that into account, too, Mr. Peyton. How is he? He's well enough.
You feel Mr. Peyton can resume his testimony?
Yes, I certainly do. Excuse me.
Well, Gentlemen, you've heard my doctor's verdict. I'm yours to command.
Mr. Peyton, if you think you'd like to have a second medical opinion...
No. Rossi will do. He's as sound as anyone. Oh, thank you. If I could just have another minute's rest.
Take as long as you need, Mr. Peyton.
Thank you.
How is he?
He'll be all right. He's resting.
May I see him?
Of course.
Thank you. One of these days, you're going to think you're pretending, and it'll be real.
Perhaps even today. How do you visualize it, Hannah? Myself on the stand, clutching at my breast, suddenly realizing that the spasm is real, then falling with poetic justice at Stephen's feet. A sob from the back of the courtroom. Hannah Cord weeps. Weeps for joy and deliverance.
You don't fool me, Martin. Any more than you could fool Dr. Rossi. You're scared.
Not in the slightest. I did very well with Fowler.
Fowler isn't Stephen.
I know that, Hannah. Pity that my illness couldn't have prevented our locking horns. It would have been much simpler for me, much easier on Stephen.
A lot you care for Stephen.
Of course I care. I have no desire to hurt the boy.
But you will.
I find the necessity regrettable.
Regrettable.
And your attitude hypocritical. We both know, Hannah, that if Stephen would stick to his client's case, he'd ask innocent questions, I'd give innocent answers, and that would be the end. But since he's obsessed with my destruction and yours...
And whose fault is that? Right from the beginning...
Right from the beginning, I made my choice. You made yours. I took my stand. I cannot and will not change now. If the price is higher than we expected, it still must be paid.
Not by you, by Stephen.
By Stephen, or all of us. Come, Hannah. Let's get it over with.
I've come for Rachel Wells.
Is that so?
Okay. My name's Chandler. Got a farm, Hastings Valley. I've come to get Rachel Wells, my niece.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
I fixed up things around home so you'll be happy there. You're gonna like her, Rachel. I know you are.
I won't come.
You're defending the man who murdered your own sister.
I didn't murder anybody. We're going to inspect this, Mr. Peyton. We're going to inspect all of it.
Mr. Cord!